Hey, this is Big Girl Diary. I got a good one for you to get. A good one for you. Let me do the countdown. Hello, hello. How are you all doing? Welcome. I thought I would change up the what do you call it? The intro. I thought I would try the number countdown. I like that song. Dun, dun, dun. I like it, but I need to do something a little different. Try something different. Like I said, okay. I told you last live stream that I would make sure that I would show to where oh my goodness, Ashley Smithline was lying. I got the evidence and oh man. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You got to stop and think. She says, I wouldn't hurt a fly. I don't have it in me. Um uh, I gotta. How you doing? Oh, thank you so much for the coffee. Oh my goodness. You're welcome. I have my cafe ole. Hey. You're too famous. Nibs and jabs. Oh, my daughter's so sweet. Now, I have two ways that I could present it, and it's up to you how you want for me to present it. I have slides and I have a pre-recorded video. So whichever way you want it. But before we get into that, I'm gonna let a little bit more people slide in. I want to tell you, my mom is so funny. Oh my goodness, she's so funny. Okay, now in my house, you have to really do some. Okay, we are very a humorous people. Tell jokes. My thing is this: jokes. How you doing, Shawnee? Jokes. They have to be good. You have to really make me fall down laughing, or if not, then I'll get offended. You know, it's all about humor for me. So I like getting my mom. Oh man, I get her so good. My mom, as many as you know, she's 80. How you doing, Patrice? I'm sorry, Beatrice. Oh man, I'm just sorry. So, my mom went into the bathroom. I said, "Hey, Shauna, my daughter, I'm gonna get your grandma. I'm gonna get her good, right?" So she comes out. Yeah. Oh, I did. All right. So she goes to the bathroom. When she comes out, she has COPD. So she comes out, right? So I'm like, "Oh, mom, you come out huffing and sweating. You must have rocks you're throwing out." She looked at she looked at me. She said, "Oh, that's just." But you had to see her. You had to. Okay. It was hysterical. It was hysterical. Okay. All right. All right. We have some people in here. Thank you for coming in. Now, Marilyn Manson case, we're focusing solely on Ashley Smithline, and I have the proof that she's lying. Lying, not just small lies, huge. And she puts it into her own words. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. You just can't. Now, I'm going to pose a question again. How do you want me to present? I have two ways. Slides, we could go one at a time, or I made a pre-recorded video to where this will go straight through. How do you want it? Put something down in the chat. Okay, slides. All right. Okay, slides. All right. Slides. The slides. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Okay, slides it is. It is. Slides it is. You know, I have to thank one of my subscribers. I do not have permission. So once I get permission, then I would say this person gave this to me. So I'm thanking you. You know who I'm talking about. I'm thanking you. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this party started. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna make this big so I can see it. Uh, I got to get new glasses. I've been saying that. All right, Ashley Smithline. Oh my goodness. Oh, man, this is crazy. Why do you always wait? Sorry. Proof that she lied on Marilyn Manson. All right. Now this right here is her IG. Wait a minute. Let me take that off. I meant to take that. Okay. There. I'm sorry about that. Okay, this right here is to show that this is Ashley Smithline's IG. So here, now there was a conversation before this, but then it leads into uh, it it leads into defamation. And the person who had the conversation with Ashley Smithline is Phoenix Scalia. I'm butchering the person's name. So in the beginning conversation, he's just saying, you're not, you're beautiful. You look good in the People's Magazine interview, so pretty okay. Um, I can feel your sorrow. I'm so sorry. You're struggling so much. And then Ashley's like saying, well, they told me to lie and to act and speak with no accent. It was truncated. This is interesting. I mean, she won't hurt a fly. I don't know about that. So the conversation goes on to say, Phoenix says, why did they make you speak in an American accent out of curiosity? She says, to be like Evan. This is wild. This is completely wild. So Phoenix says, oh, I see. That's weird. There's already one of her. You could just be like you. That makes me sad. So Ashley says, I just want to keep working and keep to myself. I um I got pulled into this whole cancel thing. I just want to keep working and carry on living my life, my own life. And this is wild. Oh, it gets really something. So Phoenix says, oh, let me ask you, how many of you can see it? Is it clear to you? Is it clear? Is it fuzzy or anything? Okay, I think okay then Ashley says, it wasn't something I knew I was being brought into. I never wanted to cancel anyone. I just fell in with influence. I wanted to work and to move forward. Then Phoenix says, you're not a bad person, though. You just did what you need to do to survive in life, right? even if you have to be dishonest sometimes, I'm willing I'm willing to bet that you never actually try to hurt anybody. You never try to hurt anybody. Ashley says, I wouldn't actually hurt a fly. I have no anger or malice. Phoenix says, are you sure you're not Australian? I don't even know what that came from. She says, even this is key right here. Evan's documentary narrative just needs a certain spin for her billions. Mm, mm, mm. Phoenix says, and then I saw you on the news laughing my butt off. Um, and you did not want to be there. He kind of looks like if you'd been awake for 3 days straight and you possibly are on like 6 caffeine pills. You looked bloody speech to text. Now she says ket. I have no idea what that means. And ket. So Phoenix says, um, laughing my butt off. You were on the special K while you did that interview. She says, um, you should resent young girls who are reacted to the crucible. I have no idea what that means. Then he says, to be honest, you seemed a little strung out. So she says, because it's my name. That is interesting. That I don't even know what she means by that. They destroyed me. I had to numb. So he says, if you were, all of you were roped into this sugar honey iced tea, though, it was all Evan's sweetheart. Then she says, Esme and the media and Ilma, to be fair. Phoenix says, good acting is one of Evan's is one thing Evan has going on for her. Ashley says, but they really they really let me be Patsy, and and it takes the worst. I left the country. Oh my god. Then let's see, where was I? Okay, roped in. Okay, then he says, yeah, the media was also roped in, roping into this. Evan had a lot of power here. She controlled everything. Then um, Ashley says, I can't exist in that cruelty. People take the purest, kindest soul to take falls. Then Phoenix says, I know, sweetie. And it's interesting how he says sweetie, but you're going to clear your name one day, yeah? Ashley says, I'm not no angel, but it's just not okay. Then Phoenix says, I know you were gullible and a people pleaser, and you thought you were doing the right thing. So Phoenix says, um, do you really think by lying makes up for your own story, making up your own story would be helping her? Yeah, I hate lies too. I can't stand telling lies, and I can't stand for injustice. That right there is powerful right there. And then he goes on to say, Although, I'm sorry, always got to do the right thing, even if it hurts me in some way. I usually end up feeling better after anyway. Then she says, Ashley says, I have fallen for someone and we went about it as adults. Now that's an interesting statement. They're both adults. Okay, I'm sorry. Uh we was supposed to, well, we wasn't supposed to, but 3 days in we owned it and we took lashings, took blame and consequences. That right there is big right there. Your heart chooses what it does, and life is already written. So, oh, okay, thank you, Calamine. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back. What's going on here? Let me see. Slides. Shawnee says her story never made sense to me. It doesn't make sense at all. Oh, let me come back on. Her story never made sense to me. Shawnee says, I feel a little bit of sympathy for her. Oh my goodness. Shauna, could you please get the phone? I'm sorry. The phone keeps on ringing. Sympathy for Ashley Smithline because you can tell that she has a lot going on outside of the case. Yeah, yeah, I do agree. Beatrice says yes. It's clear. Yep. Down. Okay, I agree. Okay. Hey, E. McBride, how you doing? Ketamine. I have. What is that? Is that like a tranquilizer or something like that, or I'm not sure. And nibs and jabs. It doesn't make sense to anyone. Now, okay, this is how I'm looking at it. Okay, it's special K. Okay, this is how I'm looking at it. Oh, wait. A horse tranquilizer? That is crazy. A horse. People are nuts. People are nuts. Now, this is how I'm looking at it. Okay, going through the slides, and it's spelling out that her case is built on lies, and she's going after Marilyn Manson in her own individual suit. And she says that she she walked into it unknowingly. Now, okay, at what point did she know that telling a lie was wrong? Okay, horse tranquilizer. Effects of, wow, okay. Yeah, she's deaf on it, yeah. So at what point did Ashley know? And right here is my thinking. Okay, a part of me, I do feel bad for her because whenever you get into cliques, especially the wrong clique, and you want to be a part of the in crowd, but knowing that the person that you're in with can take you to another level in your career, but knowing that you have to sacrifice something about yourself in order to get there. Now, she was willing to do it. She was willing to do this so Evan can make her billions on her documentary. Clearly, it didn't do what she wanted, or thought that it would do. But Ashley and all the other ladies played a part in Marilyn Manson's demise. Now, she came in from Marilyn brought her in from England to do a music video, and I'm not sure if it was like a kink video, because Marilyn does all different types of things to keep up with his public image, which is detrimental because people cannot separate Marilyn Manson, the entertainer, to Marilyn Manson, the person. Or maybe she meant he had moments to be sober and real, and she realized and reflected, and it was said that everything was drug. That I don't know. That I don't know, and that right there is a really good statement. That I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, because Hollywood types, a lot of them are boinked out of their mind in order to do some of the things that they do. Um, Let me see. Nibs and Jab says, okay, okay. But still, I mean, even though that she's going against her conscience and still filed a suit against this guy. Now, whether if she didn't know that the letter that Evan wrote was fake, but even then, it's like, but she didn't have that experience with him, and she just said that they fell into a relationship. She didn't come out and say a relationship, but she said that they fell it. It took 3 days. It took Marilyn 3 days to get with her, and then they fell into it, and then they had an adult relationship. Now that is big right there. So the other relationships that she had was not an adult relationship. I don't know. Then you got to stop and think, what kind of people was she dealing with? Let me fix this. Oh, I didn't even put on my banners or anything. All right. What I'm going to do is going to get into question and answer. So, based on everything that I presented, do you believe? Wow. Beatrice says that he was only around her for a week. Wow. That right there is something. Now, if you want to call in and give your thoughts on Ashley Smithline and what we just learned about her, call on up. Oh man. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting. Yeah. Okay. Call and I'm sorry. Let me know how you feel about this. About Ashley Smithline. Now we have true documentation, and it was a part of what Howard King put forth to the judge. So this right here is true, accurate information through Phoenix Scalia in his deposition, because he ran Marilyn Manson is innocent. What is it called? Instagram. So he is in the case as well because he has that information and gave his declaration. And I believe I did do a video on Howard Scalia. Howard Sc oh my goodness, Phoenix Scalia. So if you want to call in and tell me what your thoughts are on this and how it falls into Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore and Marilyn Manson's case, please call in and tell me how you feel. Because this is wild. I'm still a little, I don't know. I'm like this about Ashley Smithline. I mean, I know the only thing what she wanted to do was to work and to make a life for herself. And I get that. And I get that. But when you are making a life for yourself and then you are stepping on someone else and pushing them down for you to come up, that uh, that right there is a big issue to me. Now, I mean, I feel bad for her, but she didn't want to say no, and she didn't want to take Evan having a tantrum. Now, I think I would rather deal with having issues with Evan than, and that's just me personally, than taking an innocent guy that I had a relationship with and knowing that he is this particular type of person. And then you have his ex-girlfriend who is just trying to promote her failed I mean, her documentary so that she wants to make billions by just putting a spin and just aiming after um, Marilyn Manson. I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know exactly how I feel about Ashley Smithline because that right there is pretty damaging and pretty bad. Oh, they would take the documentary down. Oh, after he wins. Oops. Oops. So you did all that work to have it taken down. Well, well, good, good, because it's based on false truths, and Ashley says it. So who wants to call in? You can, if you want to come up. Here's my StreamYard code. Come on up if you want to come up. If you want to come up on video, say your piece. Tell me what your thoughts are about Ashley. Do you think now that she doesn't have a lawyer, do you think her case is going to fall out the waste? What do you think about the whole kiddo kaboom? You could call up. You can come up on video, however you want to do it. I just think it's really. I think it's just terrible. I mean, just looking at those messages, and then when she says, "I wouldn't hurt a fly," then you got to stop and think, how true is that statement? Documentary, documentary. Oh man. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's like, I wouldn't hurt a fly, but you're hurting Marilyn Manson, and you're just another pile on, another jump on. How's that not hurting a man? I mean, he lost his contracts. People are dropping him because they think that he is some kind of scumbag, um, a rapist to women, abuser to women. Okay, here we go. Oh no, oh no, oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I did not mean. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I did not mean to hang up on you.
No, it was me. I did it by accident.
Okay. What say you?
Hi, yes. I feel bad for her,
Okay.
kind of, just because I think just because I think that she's easily duped.
Uh-huh.
That's my opinion about she. She's easily duped,
Uh-huh.
and she so desperately wants to be an actress. But she didn't even need Marilyn Manson. If you think about it, she doesn't need Marilyn Manson to be an actress because she has her mom. Her mom she works in TV, the production of documentaries. Her dad was a bassist for B.B. King and Little Feat, I think,
Okay.
so she has all these connections. Whether she's good or not, I don't know. But then when you see her talk, when you see her claim, they mentioned that, okay, well, he promised me this, like they're supposed to be guaranteed some, roles.
Oh.
He promised me this job. He promised me this, but he didn't come through with these jobs. It doesn't. To me, she wants to take a shortcut. She doesn't want to, go through whatever the process is. And that's another thing that I found kind of questionable about the human trafficking, because she says that he offered her this role. Okay, if he did that, did they have a contract? I would think they would have a contract. Where is the script? Wouldn't he? I mean, if he's funding these videos or whatever he makes, or he has people that help him fund it, they're gonna want, to show something, right? Like, okay, we want to see who you're gonna get. I don't know if they just get to pick, and they would have a contract. How is he spending his money? Was there a script? Was there auditions? Does she have all that? That's what the human. It kind of like, I don't know if I believed her. And then she's under contract as a model. Do they get a piece of that money? Because she's under their contract, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
So because I'm not in that industry, so I don't know. Like, does she just get to go and do jobs outside of the agency which contracts her, or how does that work? That's why I was like, I don't know how that human trafficking goes. But the fact that they're able to spew that, to say all these things without knowing that somebody is going to pay for it and it was going to be him. That's what's really disturbing. And you could kind of, to me, you can kind of see where she's battling this, does she know she's doing wrong?
Yeah. Now, I'm going to piggyback on a couple of things that you said. Now, I'm not sure if I remember somebody saying that her parents were. That information sounds so familiar. So if she did already have inroads into Hollywood and didn't use them, I find that like a big red flag, a big one right there. Like, why didn't she go that route? Why would she take this route? And yes, it is an easier route. Well, I think it would be easier for her to use her parents than to use Marilyn Manson to get in. But also another thing that you said, and if anyone knows the answer, please either type it down or call up and further explain as far as the contracts. Now if she was contract, yeah, she did get caught up into drugs. Yeah, she did, but that doesn't take away from her behavior in what she did to Marilyn Manson. Now, was she hired in a music video as a model or as an actress within the video? How much money did they negotiate? Is she getting a piece of the entire video? Did Marilyn Manson fund it? You bring up a lot of great questions. A lot of great questions. Oh, I hope my phone didn't hang up on you.
No, I'm right here. Yeah, that's the things that I don't understand. Where I'm kind of like, is she allowed to go outside of her contract? Because she has a contract with a modeling agency that was in Thailand, I think. And I think it was there. I'm not sure. I know it's somewhere out there. And if you're under contract, do you just get to go wherever you want, or does that modeling agency get a chunk of your, whatever you're going to get? Because you're under their contract. She was working for them, or are they just independent? I'm not sure.
Now
that's what got me. Like, wouldn't her agency say, "Hey, wait a minute, we have you under contract," even if she goes out to model?
That is a good question. So if she is under contract, for how long can she moonlight? Can she do music videos? Can she do these things? And that right there is a great question. And how much is this agency out of Thailand paying her? So she's going to have to abide to those rules. She signed her name on a contract.
And that's where I think the human trafficking is not going to work. And then if it's human trafficking, okay, she knows him for a week, right?
Yeah.
And then she says, we moved in together, right? And if that moved in together, is it human trafficking if you're coming over to see your boyfriend?
No, it is not. I mean, human trafficking is when, oh man, how can she do that? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's what I see. Like, okay, that breaks down that human trafficking. Like, okay, you said he was your boyfriend. You're living with your boyfriend. How is he trafficking you?
Yeah. And as I understand it, when she came to work for him, she didn't even go to her own place. She went straight to his house. So why didn't she go get a hotel, or maybe? I'm sorry.
First night.
Say that again.
The first night when she initially arrived, because he flew her in, she was staying at the Roosevelt Hotel, and apparently he shows up with Ashley Walters. That's another red flag that I initially saw, because he showed up with Ashley Walters, and then she's like, "Well, he showed up with her, and I felt safe." Nothing said safety than a guy showing up with alcohol and drugs.
Now, there had to have been some kind of understanding, because if my memory serves me correct, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that Ashley Smithline had dealings with Marilyn Manson before her coming to the States and working on his music video. Am I correct on that?
Yes, they were in contact. That's what she says. They were in contact with each other for a few months prior to her getting there, but it's email. Stranger danger, they can represent whatever they want. Right. It's still a stranger, at least for me.
That's very true. Because you bring up a lot of valid questions that I'm going to have to really look into. E. McBride says, as Ashley was in a video with Marilyn Manson, or just a groupie. I'm sorry, I don't follow Marilyn Manson at all, but I believe he is innocent. Yeah, I mean, me as well. I've known about Marilyn Manson for over 30 years. I've known about him. If I were to say one of his songs, it would be "Beautiful People." I had beautiful people. I'm sorry, I'm silly. But Jeez, no one. He does not. Oh man, this is too much.
That's what is really disturbing. And then, but it's kind of, I'm not saying good,
Mhm.
but they're over the top lies. You could see where it just goes way overboard with
Yep.
Ashley and how she's trying to keep up with the other girls' lives because it's all scripted. It's all scripted for them. So she had to bring in the human trafficking. And she tried to even pull I was a child, you know. But she was like 24 years old.
Yeah, how's that a child? And this right here is what really bugs me. Really bugs me about women in general. As a woman, it really bugs me that how whenever we do something like this and we're doing great, oh, I'm a woman. But whenever it comes to us doing something and it falls apart, I'm a child. No.
I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, he influenced me.
Mhm.
He did this, he did that. Not what they do, because basically, if you don't do drugs, I don't care what they offer you, you're going to say no. No thanks.
Yeah.
Not them.
Yes.
It was him. It's his fault because he offered me the drugs,
And that right there is key because women say, has agency. We have agency on what happens to us, our bodies, what is done to our bodies, and what we put into our bodies. We have an agency to say yes or no. Oh man.
Yeah, that's one of the problems. That's one of many.
But I am now I'm wondering if Marilyn Manson is going to turn around and counter sue her because of this outlandish suit. I mean, this right here is, what is the term? Frivolous prosecution?
Well, I'm not sure about the term, but
yeah,
he's never going to regain his reputation. Well, not that it was a good reputation. That's where he's a victim of his own doing.
True.
Because some of the stuff that he did as well, which is not criminal. Well, maybe a battery. I think that he has a battery or stuff like that. But it's his own doing. And then it's kind of hard to see, like take off your makeup once in a while. Walk around like a regular human. Don't be Marilyn Manson 24/7.
Yeah, and that right there is a big issue right there because not many people can distinguish between who you are. Matter of fact, WWE. Okay, WWE. Those wrestlers, they put on a show. That is a public persona as Triple H. When I was watching WWE, as I remember as WWF, I hated Triple H. I thought he was a complete jerk to the third power times infinity and wrap it around the moon. Okay, I just didn't like him. But that was his public persona. However, he didn't walk around like that every day. He was like that only on WWE. When he went to the grocery store or would go out to public places, he would be dressed up in a suit and tie, have Stephanie McMahon. He married well. and you were able to see Triple H, and then you would see Hunter. You can distinguish them, but Marilyn Manson, from what I see, is he's Marilyn Manson 80% of the time and Brian Warner 20. So I get exactly what you're saying, and you are so right about that. And let me see. E. McBride said, "Yeah, I was wondering that too." I believe referring to when I stated that if Marilyn Manson was going to come back and sue Ashley Smithline for a frivolous prosecution. If I'm using the wrong terminology, please forgive me, but I'm pretty sure you understand what I mean. And then
I don't know about that
mhm.
because I don't know if he's going to come back. Because what is he going to take from them? But the one that I'm wondering about that because is Evan Rachel Wood. She's basically wasting resources. She's having, I guess, her people call in for the DA's office, the George Khan, and the sheriff's department, they've already spent a lot of man hours looking into her claims. She, it's beneficial for them to file on him because that would make her lies like, hey, they filed on him. You see, I wasn't lying. So it's beneficial for her case. But so nothing has been filed. They're just tossing the case back and forth because nobody wants to offend the Me Too. But in fact, she is not a Me Too.
Oh yeah.
She's wasting those resources, and just like Juicy Smollett, they should get. He has to pay because one, it takes law enforcement to go out and investigate all these hours, and they're being paid by the public.
Bingo. Great point. That is so true, especially offending Me Too. And I wish Me Too would call out the women who are lying. That's number one. If you don't want your cause to fall at the wayside, separate yourself from the liars. That's number one. Number two, make it about the Me Too and not about believe all women. I don't even believe the woman down the hallway. I don't.
Oh, yes, exactly. With her, especially if Me Too is backing her, they should be, because they got millions, they should be responsible for some of that. Hey, they're going to back this, believe all women, do not question. And that's one of the things you'll notice with Evan Rachel Wood's interview. She doesn't want to be questioned. Her idea is you shouldn't ask a victim why she stood there. You shouldn't be asking these questions. She always poses that, like, kind of talks in general. But you have to ask these questions. Why? Why did this happen?
I'm going to tell you when I remember that stuff first started. Lexi Pixie, I showed the slides of Evan Rachel, not Evan, oh my goodness, Ashley Smithline. I showed her, oh my, help me out here. What is it called? Her, yeah, thank you. Oh man, I'm having a moment. Let me drink some more coffee. Her DMs to Marilyn Manson is innocent Phoenix Scaia. I cannot get that man's name right or person's name right. I messed it up. So that was a big one that you missed, and that's what we're talking about in filling in the gaps on the case between Marilyn Manson and Ashley Smithline, and how that goes into the case against Marilyn Manson and Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore. It just blows it all up, and the reason why Evan is doing what she's doing. And I thought it was solely because she was jealous, but it's more than that. Always greed in there. Greed is always in there. Carissa Martinez says, I think these women are lying about Marilyn Manson. He might be but he seems to be a great guy and a weirdo. I agree. Way and he's an awesome artist. Okay. All right.
I agree. Yeah, he has the persona, but he has been questioned about that for such a long time. And honestly, this Evan Rachel Wood, all of that is his own doing too, because he was married. And allegedly they had an affair. He was married to Dita and Montes, and they had an affair. She never really confirms it, but apparently there are two women that when they split, there are two women that they're thinking that these bloggers and tabloids are kind of thinking that he was having an affair with Lindsay Lohan and Ash and the other actress. Evan Rachel Wood. So them two. But Dita comes out in a magazine article and says no. They asked her about Lindsay Lohan, and she says no, it wasn't her. When they asked her about Evan Rachel Wood, she says no comment.
Oh, yeah. I have to say she's a class act. Most definitely. Thank you, Beatrice. With the name Dominic Scalia. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so that's what she, so she got involved with this man. Supposedly, she said no because she's always trying to play like an innocent girl. Oh no, she was divorced when I started dating him. No, and then that's why Dita, when she moved out of the house, she leaves everything because apparently, you know, she was going into his house. Can you imagine you have this other woman that comes into your house and is having an affair with your husband?
Oh my goodness. That is a special type. Okay, hold on for a second. I have to let this go. I have to let this energy go.
Oh yeah. So when
If
I
you
was
are that,
reading about that, I was like, and her audacity to, you know, to actually try to play like this innocent, like, oh no, we weren't together until after he was divorced. Sure. And that's the thing though, and then I think in that documentary, she has. This is what I thought. This woman has just no shame. So she says that when she first got with Marilyn, that he would talk bad about her, Dita. Oh, he would just say all these bad things about her to me. And then I'm sure he talked about me with other ones about how crazy I was, how this I was. So, I mean, just look at what she's saying. Not only did she break up her marriage, and now years later, she's making a documentary saying that Marilyn Manson was basically trashing her, Dita's reputation. Come on now.
women like that, and I got to get this off my chest. Women like that who have no problems stepping into a marriage, even though there was a little issue between a husband and a wife, to where you feel that you could come into another woman's home, lay your funky butt down in her bed, and to have relations with her husband, and you have no problems with that shameful act. You are beyond despicable. And I don't like judging people, but stuff like that, little heifers like you, there's a place for you. Oh, ratchet heifer. Oh, I'm sorry. I am
So that's
sorry.
where I think where his problems begin, and now he has all these gangs coming over, and then now look at what's happening with him. But with the Ashley, you're on Ashley, but this girl comes who to me is like desperate, like just desperate for acceptance, and clearly she can't act. That's why her parents can't really help her, I think, because you've seen her interviews. They're horrendous. You can't believe her.
Yeah, she's just standing there, and from the text, the guy said that you looked a little drugged out there, and she said, "Yeah, my name." Let me pull that up to put further context to it. Come on up. Oh, wrong way. Where is it? Where is it? Not that she's gullible. Oh, come on.
Honestly, to me, they're like Evan Rachel Wood. All these, they're like little rich girls.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not street smart. Clearly, they're just not street smart. Then you get Gore that convinces them to just go along with this, because if you're street smart, you would kind of know, like, hey, if something happens, I'm gonna get beat up. Something's gonna happen. You know that if you do something, something can happen. There's consequences.
Yeah,
But then it seems like they just don't know that there's consequences for actions.
and that right there, in my opinion, was most definitely put into place in the late '90s, in the early 2000s, and I'm going to tell you why. But before I do that, here it says, to be honest, you did seem a little strung out when she did that video with her lawyer, and she said, and she admits to it, because my name and they destroyed me. I had to numb. So yeah, she was high during that interview. Most definitely she was. But she most definitely put herself into that. Now back to what I was going to say. Now back in the early late 1990s, the early 2000s, there was this push, this social push. I didn't mean to do that. To give, how could I say, to give young people all this power and entitlement within the schools, and then it trickled down into society to where you were not able to discipline your child, if you were to give a spank, a swat, or however you discipline your child, but not abuse them, to where parents, um, like what, man, I had this issue. My daughter was in kindergarten or first grade, and this was like back in 1998, and she lay down on a desk, and she had a mark on her face to where her hands were. Next thing you know, I have child protection agency all over me saying, well, the teacher couldn't tell whether if you slapped your daughter or not. Well, when you walked in, you didn't see that. She put her head down, and you can't distinguish between. But that's when it started. And then to allow that entitlement to fester, you had that, my little princess can do no wrong, my little prince can't do no wrong, and now this you have this.
Yeah, and you could see it. They destroyed me. Not I destroyed myself with the lies. I didn't have to go along with it. Did they threaten her in any way?
Mm-hmm.
To come out and say that. Did they threaten her? I'm sure they didn't. What were they holding on her? I'm sure there was more. They're not blackmailing her. They're not making her. No one made her do that. She chose to do that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Yes, I do agree that she's gullible, but still, that doesn't excuse it.
True. Wait a minute. Yolanda Juarez says, Popcorn Planet guy, he's saying there's not enough evidence that Marilyn Manson is innocent. Andy is just, okay, dumb, and believes Marilyn Manson is innocent. So, Yolanda, what do you think? Is he innocent or guilty of what Ashley Smithline is saying? Because I showed evidence to the contrary, to where he is innocent, and this was all a setup. So, are they saying that there's not enough evidence that Marilyn Manson is innocent, or do you mean that there's not enough evidence to prove that Marilyn Manson is guilty? I mean, I'm not. So if you want to put something down there.
For me, okay, you're not. This happened. This is where I have so many issues. Okay, this happened how long ago? How long was he with, Evan Rachel? It was like over 14 years ago, I think. And how do you come up with with evidence, are you going to be recording him? He's not going to have that. I think he's not going to. All he has is like when Gore's sister has given him. Otherwise, he'd be screwed. Let's say the sister was in on it, and none of this would have come out. He'd be guilty. Well, but you do have like their arguments, like okay, the human trafficking. How do you explain that? Like, where is their evidence? Technically, he doesn't have to have evidence. They have to prove their case.
Right, right, and they're proving their case in public opinion, not in a court of law, to where it really matters. Because the public opinion, they can say you're a jerk, you're this, you're that. Okay, court of law. And it's very interesting how they're only going civilly, because civil has a lower burden of proof. It's more likely than not type of proof. Let me see.
And then another thing, some of the stuff that they say, okay, like I think that one of his stylist said that I think that he pointed a weapon at him. I'm never gonna believe. Oh, they didn't call police. They would. If that really happened, they would have called police immediately.
Okay, just like Evan Rachel Wood went to the police when she thought that Lindsay Manson was threatening her. She immediately went to the police. Yeah, it's something.
And then threatening her to release stuff when she was a child. She was over 18. She just didn't want those pictures. The stuff that she does, exactly. She calls police on her own lie because she knows she wasn't an infant. This is not, child P. That's not what it was. It was a picture of her, with pretending she's, one of the Nazi parties, but she doesn't want that picture out. So what is she saying? Oh, it was criminal. She's making something that wasn't criminal into a criminal act.
But you are correct. But the picture that Evan Rachel Wood was talking about, it was more embarrassing to Marilyn Manson than it was to her. She was dressed like she had like a little oh, let me see. Wait, take this down. She had a little mustache and was dressed in an SS. Hey, Big Girl Diary.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my phone died. Sorry, my phone hung up.
No problem. So she was dressed like that, in
yes.
a German.
Yes, and that's the thing. Okay, I don't understand her mentality. It's like when she was 19, we all do stupid things. Nothing was coming, like no one was really criticizing her, not that I know of. For her to come up with this outrageous thing, I think it's to get roles, but I don't think anyone was holding, her time with Manson against her.
The way
I'm like, why all of this? I can't wrap my head around it. I don't know if she thinks that he ruined her reputation when they were together because of the stuff that she chose to do.
Right. Most definitely. But Lexi Pixie says, I definitely believe in attack mostly for money. He got married and they all attacked. Most definitely. True. Amber Heard was a good example of what these women are up to. And I relate these women since Amber Heard mentioned Me Too. Yeah. Let me see. Beatrice says, oh, I'm sorry. Lexi says Beatrice knows more about Ashley Morgan than I do. Smithline than I do. Me too, I believe that. Hey, Nicole. Nicole says, oh, yes, I was being sarcastic. Man, this phone. Nicole says the heart-shaped glasses video was filmed in Dita's bed. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh. Oh man. Ah, that is so funky and shaped. Ooh, Marilyn, that was ugly.
Exactly.
That was
You see, that's
ugly.
his own doing. You didn't mean to do that.
Mm, mm, mm. Marilyn, that was shameful.
Yeah,
Very shameful.
but
And yes,
because he's a jerk, still doesn't make him
yeah.
what they're accusing him of. And I don't agree with the popcorn planet because there wasn't a lot of that I forgot that Florida woman that ended up killing her child. Do you remember that case? And then she goes through the trial and then they don't convict her. Do you remember that case?
I'm not quite sure. There's so many of these cases, but they need to start convicting people for lying. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but her, like she ends up killing her child. She says that she doesn't report her missing. Nothing of that. There's so much.
Oh, Casey.
Casey Anthony. She's a good thing. Where's all this evidence? But because of their actions, what happened, what was going on, who else could it be? Who else?
But
and that's my point with that. She's not going to have all this evidence like Johnny did, but there are a lot of certain that points to a lot where you can catch them on their lies. So what happens to that?
The Casey Anthony. Before I go into that, let me finish this. Dita's bed was still wearing his wedding ring. Oh, that's ratchet. In the video, anybody mentioned that? You just mentioned it. You just mentioned it. Nicole, bringing fire, bringing fire. But the Casey Anthony case, that right there was so shrouded in mystery to where her own mother was concerned about her grandchild. And I don't know, I could only say what I think and not what I know. I don't know. I just think maybe that Casey was in it, fully perpetrated in it, partially. Who knows? But
if you're partially in it, you're as guilty. There's no like just a little bit in it. You're in it. You're guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my thing. Like, where there wasn't that evidence, all this evidence that they needed, but common sense. I mean, who else? So that's the thing I think that Manson will face. We have these women that are clearly lying. The verbiage that they use is something that it seems that they looked up in a book. For them to explain what happened to them. What did they say? Like, I was human trafficked. They spoke to it. It seems like they spoke to a lawyer. They spoke to somebody before they came out with their story. Things just don't add up. At least in my opinion, they just don't.
True. I mean, I'm with you on that. Now, Yolanda Juarez says, these women are jealous because Lindsay took Manson away from them. Lindsay took away a part of their gold and silver from Miss Woods. Yeah, I most definitely believe that. Evan tried several times. Actually, they were engaged twice, and each time he didn't get her. She was able to get him to the field goal to get that ring. And Ashley, same thing. Ashley Smithline. Ashley Walters, she was an employee. I'm trying to figure out when they became lovers. Who knows?
I don't think they were lovers. I think I read that he was like, she says that he was like not trafficking her, but like she ended up hooking up with a friend of his or something. But she tries to make it sound like he was forcing her into it. But maybe they're right, because maybe I feel like he would pay attention to all those girls except for her. And maybe there's a little resentment there.
You know, I think there needs to be. Well, Marilyn Manson is getting his consequences right now. He's getting them because one thing you don't want to do is have a woman scorned and who wants money at the same time. Oh, never a good thing. Lexi Pixie says there needs to be consequences. Eminem lost everything basically. Even here, even here in her text, she's lying about they influenced her to do drugs. Then she said that she did them because of the pressure that they were putting on her. So she needed to numb herself out. What she said in that. And
that's the right thing with her. No one who's making her come out with a lie. Who is actually making her? No one is making her.
Well, she's sort of saying that the influence and the pressure that Evan Rachel Wood, Ilma Gore, and I guess the media is putting it out there to where she feels, and I'm only saying what I think she feels, is falling on her shoulders to where she has to go along to get along with the least resistant path, and that is going towards Evan Rachel Wood. Now that it's starting to fall apart and everything is starting to explode, now she might try to backtrack and go the other way. I this is wild. And then she goes on to say, then she said the drugs were to mend or to numb all the girls need. Okay. And Lexi said a criminal charge. I agree. E. McBride, Nicole. I've heard about the music video filmed with the more blood because Evan Rachel Wood wanted it that. Wow, this is some wild stuff. Lindsay won his heart, and I'm glad they're happy. Yeah. Well, they are, but not, because when more information came out in the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, Marilyn Manson texts Johnny saying that Lindsay's like Amber Heard 2.0. But this is really wild. And then McBride said, "Can't Ashley sue?" Wow, wow, that's a good question. Can Ashley sue Evan Rachel Wood? Well, you can sue anyone for any reason at all.
But what is she gonna say? If you think about it, like, what is she gonna say? They made me. How did they make you? She's in England. I mean, how is it to put a person on block? No one is making her, if you really think of it. Nobody's making her do anything. She did it on her own.
Well, if she can prove that she did this under duress. Now, I know there's something under the law to where you are made to do something under duress, to where if your life depended on it, or if you didn't do it because of whatever. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay.
I'm just wondering how they would make her. Like, how do you make the person do something?
Hold on for a second. Somebody just called. I can't hear it. So please, type that you want to call in.
I'll let you go. So like that, if somebody else wants to call in and say something.
Okay, I really appreciate you calling in, and you brought a lot of valid points, and I want to thank you for that.
Okay. Thank you.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, this is Big Girl Diary.
Big Girl Diary.
Hey.
You're doing a good job, girl.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm working hard to get this truth out.
I love it. I love it. I watch it every time. I'm subscribed, and I love what you're doing. You're doing awesome. But with seeing you progress, you're gonna take off.
Oh, thank you. That means so much. So much. That means so much.
For real, girl, you're doing it good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are bringing up some good points. I'm not gonna say how I know people that know Manson, but I do, and I don't know him personally, but there are connections I have to him. And this kind of hit me sideways when I heard the news because I was always pretty proud of that, and I think this is as depressing as all this is, and the same thing with the Johnny Depp stuff. It actually, I'm starting to.
Are you? Oh man, I hope the call didn't drop, please.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah. But I feel that as depressing as all this stuff is with Manson and Depp, it's actually something everybody should start to look at as fate, and that they were chosen for, because this is turning the tides of society. Before all this stuff happened with Depp and Manson, there were definitely lives out there getting ruined just like theirs. So to see the tides changing now because of them is a very beautiful thing, and they are the perfect figures to take on that challenge. And but as far as all that goes, without the bushy stuff, I wanted to bring up to you and see what your thoughts were.
Okay.
If you ever wondered if Evan Rachel Wood started all this drama as a part of a way to strong arm her custody battle with the kid.
That is interesting because it is tied in. Marilyn Manson brought that part because she used him in her custody case by saying using that, what is it called, the FBI letter. And her ex-husband said he doesn't know whether if she's lying or if her mental illness is taken over, and if that is true, then he's afraid for his son and he's going after full custody.
Right.
So, Jamie, get your boy. I'm sorry. I have brothers, and I said this before. Ladies, we got to protect our brothers, our sons, our friends, and husbands from women who are willing to do anything to break them down for money or for whatever. And I would I told my brother, I said, look, and I told his girlfriend, I'm like, I don't know why you didn't marry. He goes, I'm not married. Why are you with her? That's crazy. But I let them both know. I said, look, bro, you're my brother. I love you. But I told her, but if you act silly, if I have to take a payday loan out, I'm going to come and get you. He's like, oh, Laura, please don't do it. Because he knows it's going to get big. You're not going to do that. Mm-mm. And I feel that way about all men. And I'm not saying that I'm not pro woman. I'm pro what is right. If you're out there doing something that is wrong and you know it to be wrong, to destroy someone else, to step on their shoulders to get where you need to be, then you might want to rethink your line of work, because you don't destroy people to make some money. That just
right. It's been very amazing to see all these beautiful souled women coming forward on YouTube and speaking objectively and intelligently and standing up for that philosophy you just said. It's really amazing.
We're out here. We are out here, and there are times to where sometimes women like me feel a little threatened because if a woman is too mouthy and in your face, and I'm like, do that. I'm so silly. I'm silly. I'm serious. You're doing too much. You might want to back it up because you make us all look bad. Whatever you do to him is going to go on to the next woman who is not like you. Woman up, be a woman, and stop being a witch. Yeah.
That makes complete sense. No, that's well put. Like I said, as depressing as all this is, it's hard to not look at it like there's a part of it that's fate to change things for the better. I think sometimes things happen in society that are meant to happen, and I think in the end this is going to be something as harsh as it is to see these men go through this. It'll be something in the end that will be for the better of all. When they survive it. So.
Yeah, and you bring a great point, and that is so true, because Johnny Depp and now Marilyn Manson, two men that are going through HE double hockey stick. These guys are the men that either have been physically abused and psychologically abused, and both financially abused by women. And now I tell women, they get mad. Look, so many people don't like me, and that's okay, because I speak truth for what it really is. I'm like, ladies, you want equality? That's equality. You want equality. You want what a man has. Men have burdens. I don't want it. I don't want it. No. Are you crazy? You want to be on a man's level so badly. That is outrageous. And when I think of Evan Rachel Woods and Amber Heard, she's getting her butt kicked. Look, she moved into a cul-de-sac and they harass her every day. I saw the video. I started to present. I said, nah, too many people are doing it. Too many people are doing it. That's being saturated. But let me ask you a question from a man's point of view, and I want to thank you for calling in. Thank you. What are your thoughts on Ashley Smithline? Do you think she was a victim of pressure, or do you think she was gullible and willing to do it against her own moral base?
Here's what I think's happening with her. If I were to guess, I think because she's been, I don't know if most of you or your viewers know what ketamine is. It's a psychedelic that's legal, and it's pretty popular over there on the West Coast. I think that's where she's at. She's in California, right? Ashley Smithline, is that right? Smithline?
Yeah.
So it's pretty popular over there. It's a psychedelic. I've never used chemical psychedelics. I have used natural psychedelics such as mushrooms. But I can tell you from my experience with that, and I'm sure it's similar with ketamine, because I'm sure everybody knows, in the Manson case, she admitted on those DMs, and his Instagram DMs, when she was admitting it, that she was on ketamine, which is the psychedelic I just mentioned. So I'm wondering because psychedelics will rip the people a new one spiritually in a good way. And I'm wondering if she went through a psychedelic experience, which taught her, like, what you're doing is wrong, and it made her really feel that. And now she's having second thoughts about what she's doing. So, that's my guess. I don't. There could be more to that. I don't know. But if I were to guess from just like a basic, chemical reaction of logic, that's what I would probably say. And plus, I mean, even without that, I mean, anybody with a basic conscience, at some point, you're going to see how. Not even just even without that. Look at what happened. Let's look what happened to Evan. She's in. Everybody can tell. Even if you look at her Instagram page, you can tell she knows she's in deep shit with this FBI letter shit. She knows it. So there's no way these other women are getting scared. Like, oh wait, is this shit gonna fall apart?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. I mean, you can't. I mean, I know when some of them talk, they sound like the brightest bulb in the house. But yeah, that's my guess on it. What do you think?
Oh man, I didn't even consider from that aspect. I'm just glad that you called in and explained it like that. Now I know that her wing women are falling to the side. I mean, oh man, Marilyn Manson got some great lawyers just pecking them away. So from that aspect of it, most definitely scared. I have to look. I have to view more so of what Evan Rachel Wood is saying. So I mean, I could only imagine that she's scared. She needs to be. And as far as I'm going to take it a little step further. Evan Rachel Wood, is she in this reality now, or is she just someplace else and not aware? I don't know. I don't know. But if um if it hasn't hit her, because I know Ashley is hitting Ashley, Ilma is doing her very best to separate herself from Evan Rachel Wood by not um throwing out a lot of motions to strike. And here's the interesting part about Ilma Gore. Ilma Gore was more so a liaison to Evan Rachel Wood. So even if it does fall on Ilma Gore, it would slide to Evan Rachel Wood through proxy. I could very well could be wrong. So,
I mean, if you look at Evan Rachel Wood's Instagram, and I don't really use social media too much, but like sometimes I'll check some things out and I'll just get curious and look at her page. And I don't know. I just get the vibe from her posts because before all that FBI stuff and Manson's case hammered down with all those facts, Manson came out and said, one day I'll be able to talk more about this, but here's the facts for now. Let the facts speak for themselves. And boom, he just lays out the court document.
Mm-hmm. I read that, yeah.
And then that's when I think their world turned upside down. They thought this horseshit was gonna go smooth. But if you look at her Instagram page, I mean, you can just get a feel from her posts. She's not going too crazy talking about it as much anymore. She doesn't really post much as she was before. I get the feeling and the vibe that like she feels impending doom, or maybe at least knows she's in deep shit because she's been more quiet about it lately, which I find is bizarre.
Now that you put it like that, let me go ahead and amend my first statement. I'll be the first to admit that was stupid.
No, not at all. BGD knows what she's doing.
Okay, that was stupid. So yeah, now that does make sense. If she's quieting down because she was like, yes, he did this, I'm leading the charge, and now she's being quiet, yeah, she's scared. She better be scared because what she did, as far as the letter, is a federal offense. She impersonated an FBI agent, wrote a letter including the FBI agent's name, and then passing it around as if she was a part of an actual FBI, a witness to a famous person that has international ties, and that she has to care for her child and her children's safety, and anyone who came in contact with this person to be careful. Wow! Oh my goodness! Oh, she better not be scared. She better be scared. Oh my goodness!
that's a heavy. I mean, look, I'm shocked they even felt comfortable to do that in the first place. Like with all the technology today, like you really think you're going to get away with that?
Yeah.
I mean, you're out of your mind. And secondly, as far as the FBI thing goes, I'm trying to think how to put this. You know,
just throw it out there.
Yeah, you know, I wish more people. I wish. Okay, first off, I want to give accolades to Colonel Kurtz, Celtic Iron, for doing a lot of this work too, and I love them.
They're doing good work, most definitely. Are you still there? Oh no, I hope my phone didn't drop.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Just dropped a little bit.
But yeah, they're doing good work, and you can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I think they're doing great work. But they have been more than anybody, and including you doing this too, is calling out that FBI letter thing hard, because that's what everybody needs to be emphasizing. Mm-hmm. If someone's telling the truth, okay, if you were sexually assaulted and trafficked and all this shit, then why are you crafting an FBI letter?
Mm-hmm. If
you're telling the truth, as far as I know, when something really happened to someone, they're not crafting FBI letters and shit with their friends to pull this stunt off. I mean, everyone needs to just start hammering that home like no tomorrow until the end of this. She crafted an FBI letter. She did a federal crime, her and a friend. They were very fraudulent, and they deserve to be just crucified for that, because, like you said earlier, it's not just for the sake of men, but women too. Mm-hmm. What about all the women that are telling the truth? Yep. And the next time they come along, everyone's going to be like, okay, is this real or what? Or is this another money grab? You know? So I love it. That's why I call your names out. That you guys are doing a good job calling that out. But all the other foot soldiers out there, we need to drive that home. That FBI letter, put a magnifying glass on that and just keep throwing it out there.
Yeah, thank you. I do bring it up, but I think I need to bring it up more than what I do.
Right.
And you're absolutely right. And I think if anything were to come out of this, I hope the FBI, like the LAPD is going after Amber Heard for lying on them. Her problem's just begun. I hope that the FBI agent Langer goes after Evan Rachel Wood for her using her name in this situation. So I hope that she does take some kind of legal action, even if it's giving her, suing her civilly, if she does not sue her criminally. Man, you're just spitting a lot of facts. I mean, I appreciate you so much. Oh no. Are you there?
Hello?
Oh yeah, are you there? Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was saying in response to this is probably going to go federal. I can't imagine someone impersonates FBI agent. I think that has to go federal.
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
I hope so too. It's another thing. What kind of example is the federal government going to set for other people to try to do up to no good? They impersonate an FBI agent, and then
that's a big one. If they do nothing, it's going to be a free for all. If they let what Evan Rachel Wood do, what she did slide, it's going to be a free for all. I mean, here in DC, this guy infiltrated the police department and was going around as a police officer until they realized he wasn't a police officer, and they put his butt behind bars. So I hope that there's something done about this, and then how this trickles out into society, to where by her using this information and lying about it, um, again, if the FBI does not do anything about it, it's going to let people know, oh, I can do this. So I hope they do sue her criminally. Criminally, I hope they do. Oh goodness, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think your phone cuts out, but yeah, I did hear what you said. But yeah, big girl, keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna let someone else call in. I'll call in the next time I'm around while you're doing it. But yeah, you're totally making a good point. You're making good points, and keep doing what you're doing with your channel and everybody else out there. Keep fighting for the truth, just like everybody did for Johnny. Johnny couldn't have won without everybody's passion. And same goes for Marilyn Manson. He needs that same love. So keep it rolling, everybody, and much love to you, BGD.
Thank you. That means so much. It really does. This is not easy to do. I mean, just going through this stuff and presenting it, and just the stuff that I see, I'm just like, oh, this is crazy.
It's wild. It's wild stuff.
And it's like what Amber Heard. Like, everybody is saying, let Amber Heard speak. Well, she has been speaking. Now she beats up her girlfriend in Israel, and they're still saying, let Amber Heard speak. Well, what about Eve Barlow? She's walking around with a black eye, and how come you're not speaking out against what Amber Heard did to Eve Barlow? I mean, are we that attached to an idea or a person to where we can't see them for who they are and call them out when they're wrong? Or do we give Amber Heard a free pass to go beat up everybody, and that's okay because it's Amber Heard? So when do we move from the ideology to what makes sense, right and wrong, and that's it?
Exactly. We need more objectivity. We need more nuance than just blind ideology. And whatever tribe or cult you're in is what you go by. You know. But yeah, we need more nuance and objectivity for sure. And I appreciate what you guys are doing. Keep doing it. And I'm gonna have to let someone else call in, but you have a good one, BGD. I'll call in the next time you're around.
Thank you. You are so welcomed. Call up.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, and much love, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay. Is somebody at the door? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. We got to keep up and keep on focusing with that. What is it called? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Nibs and Jabs. Thank you so much. But we have to most definitely keep on pounding that FBI letter. We got to keep on pounding that and how she used that. Let me go through these. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Shalom. All right. Oh man, there's so many. Would you get him? Okay. I can't remember where I let off at. Oh my goodness. Okay. Nicole Paris says Evan Rachel Wood has an unsettled suit filed against her for $30 million regarding her failure to finish the film. Whoa. 10 things I hate about life. If she loses, ooh, it would be more than her net worth. Wow. Okay. So she's really extra motivated to slam any and everyone. E. McBride says Evan Rachel Wood stated that she had her door redone, windows in her house in Nashville. LOL, like a joke. Yeah. Also comes back and say Nicole Parrish. Wow. Yeah. Wow. So she did that. That's wild. Nibs and Jabs says the lawsuit is still going. Okay. E. McBride says Evan Rachel Wood lives in her family. I'm sorry. Lives in my family member's neighborhood. Ugh, I can't wait until she moves away. Wow. This is something. Look, if you go around and do some dirt like that, people will most definitely don't want you around. I could only imagine what Ashley Smithline is going through, bringing these charges. I mean, bringing a civil suit. Now it's coming up that it's a lie. I mean, Amber Heard. I mean, people are like, we don't want you. Ow. Okay. Um. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Evan Rachel Wood doesn't seem to know the difference between her lies and reality. Why? Why would she get her window? Okay. Wow. Bulletproof. That's crazy. Yolanda Juarez says, that's right. Amber was talking about Manson and attacking Manson in Johnny Depp's Birds of a Feather Flock Together. Lexi Pixie said, exactly. Now they are trying to cover up their butts, most definitely, but I don't know for sure. I've just, I have just got a gut feeling that they are all liars. Okay. And I will stand by that until the day I die. All right. I'm with you. E. McBride said Nicole Parrish about that 30 million lawsuit gonna have to look into that. Yeah, me too. And what state is that? Cali? Yeah, please put that information down there. Nicole responds and says, if the question is regarding the comment, then yes. As far as I know, as of 2021, it's still unsettled. Nibs and Jab says, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Nicole Parrish, wow. Okay, she's in trouble, plus the cost of the lawsuit. Yep. And she's going to be broke. And here's the thing, you know, when you do something like this and you put your character, your moral foundation, all of that into question by a behavior motivated by whatever you think it is, who's going to marry these ladies? Who is going to marry Ashley Smithline, knowing that she's capable of being manipulated to the point to where she's doing something like this? Um, Rose McGowan, I'm still mad at her. By her knowing that Marilyn Manson was being persecuted and she couldn't even stand up for him. Who is going to even take her seriously? Evan Rachel Wood. Anyone would be scared having a relationship 14 years with Marilyn Manson, and all of a sudden, all this stuff falls out. If anybody else wants to call up and talk about Ashley Smithline and her DMs coming out, Marilyn Manson's case, call on up. And if you want to come up on video, you're quite welcomed as well. Let me put that again, the StreamYard. Let me see what else. Nicole Parrish. Okay, wait a minute. When did the lawsuit start? Any public records on it? Hopefully, not too much longer. Let me see. Let me get to the questions. Nicole Parrish regarding the lawsuit. I don't know, but I don't know the details, but it's mentioned in Wikipedia. Maybe more details there. Interesting. I think Evan Rachel Wood is going to be protected. Oh, please call up. She testified before in Congress and California committee. Laws were changed because of her lies. Oh, please call up. Nibs and Jab, if you want to call up, please. Or if not, come up. But, okay, that's true. She did change laws. But when that came out, the laws were a Phoenix Rising law went kapooey, and a senator that actually went, who brought that. All right. Hey, BGD.
Hey, yeah.
How's it going? Is this Nibs?
Good, yeah. I think she might be protected because if you think about it, she made a fool out of all these congressmen and senators when she went and testified. And the fact that they believed her, it's just she made a fool out of everybody. And so she testified. The laws were changed. What she wanted was such an extreme. Like she wanted to change the statute of limitations to 20 years. So, and they looked that over. They said 20 years. Come on now.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think she's probably going to be protected because I think that even Amber is somewhat protected.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of dirt she has, but I think she's kind of protected.
Well, maybe in the States, but you have people so peed off in England as far as what she did and how she made by her op-ed and how the Sun reported on it and how Johnny Depp was not persecuted, but made to look more of a wife beater than what he clearly was not, and then made the English justice system look like a silly made them look silly, and then having Elon Musk.
Dirty. That's it makes you wonder. I mean, to me, it seems like that judge went out of his way to make the narrative fit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And then now, by this coming out, now people are looking at like England, like, really? Really? So that's going to make their system look bad. And now you have Australia. I don't know if they finished up, whether if they want to bring Amber Heard there to prosecute her or give her a ticket, something, $10 whatever it is, something to let her know that that behavior would not be accepted. You're not going to lie, because courts are based on good faith. Every courtroom is based on good faith, whether if you put your hand on some religious book or whether if you say, I swear. Good faith. And you go there lie. Man, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So that's why I think she's ERW is kind of protected because they changed laws. Then she starts that foundation, which is supposed to go along with this. Oh, I'm an activist. I'm so great, and I'm telling the truth. I'm a victim. all of that, and I do honestly think they're protecting her. I mean, she's really not out to help victims. I just saw an interview recently where she's talking about, oh, I'm privileged. I've done therapy for 15 years, and I know other people. Other victims don't have, they don't have that same privilege. I could pay for all this. Meanwhile, she had this, this foundation which she didn't use to help victims. She used it to help herself. That's why I think I'm very disgusted with her treatment of actual victims.
Yeah, and nonprofits. I think nonprofit in itself is really needed. But however, the way people like Evan Rachel Wood uses nonprofits as a way, let me not say that. Oh man. But nonprofits in itself are great. But when you have people like her, it's sad. It's sad.
Basically, as a movie, the documentary for, like a studio for where she filmed all these women telling their stories, and it was
basically. Oh man, are you there?
Yeah, so that's why I'm really disgusted with her. Just trying to pass herself as a victim.
We all ought to get together and do a class action suit and sue her. Just for.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I think that having her come out, the fact that the media just ignores that and they continue giving her jobs is just really disgusting.
Okay. Yeah, it is. Let me see. AJ. AJ asked caller, what about Elma Gore? Could you be AJ? Could you be a little bit more specific on what you mean about Elma Gore? What exactly about Elma Gore do you want her to answer?
Thank you.
Dame un abrazo. Hasta luego. Hello, lady.
Does AJ want to call in?
Let me see. I won't be able to bring both of you on at the same time. I don't have Blog Talk yet.
Bye, Mom.
No, but if they want to call in, I can release the line and allow that person to call in so that he can ask the questions or she can ask the question.
Okay, AJ, you want to call in, or you can come up on video. You can you don't have to show your face. You can use your not emblem, but your avatar if you like. The StreamYard, I'll put it down the link again. Let's see. Okay, AJ says she. Oh, you okay? Should have called. Okay, AJ already called. She's AJ says she thinks Evan Rachel Wood is protected. What about Elma Gore?
Most definitely.
Already called.
How
Okay.
does a grifter? I mean, she has no money. I don't know if you've seen her art. Her art it's a monstrosity.
Okay.
And so, who is she selling this to? And how does she make money? So, but yet she was able to get herself a lawyer to go against Marilyn Manson. Who's paying for this? You gotta wonder.
Yeah, I think Elma Gore. What about Elma Gore? I think Elma Gore is Evan Rachel Wood's foot woman. Let me see.
I mean, somebody must be paying. Who's paying for her legal fees? She doesn't work, and you look at her art, it's just it's heinous. So who's paying for this? How is she making money?
Well, AJ says, yeah, grifter art at its finest. Oh my goodness, you got jokes. You got jokes. I'm sorry, that was funny. But to sort of piggyback, I think, and this is simply a thought, that Ilma Gore is Evan Rachel Wood's footwoman, not only footwoman but girlfriend, to where Ilma did any and everything within her power to help Evan Rachel Wood, even setting up her sister for possible jail time with no problems at all. It just seemed like that. It just seemed like that. She had. Let me see. Her allegiance was only and solely to Evan Rachel Wood. Just that until Evan Rachel Wood didn't need her anymore. So this.
Yeah, but she got her in trouble because I really do think that it was Ilma who came up with the plan because she's a grifter and yes, she's as heinous. Her art is as heinous as that face.
I mean,
and gets her in trouble because I'm telling you, the way they did things, it's like, do they want to get caught with their lies?
I mean,
it just doesn't make sense, the stuff that they did.
Terrible liars. But as far as a grifter, I mean, I just think that people are giving Ilma way too much credit. I mean, just look at the stuff what she's doing. Pay me, what was it, $20, and then I'll tattoo my body.
For tattoos?
That right there is not a good grift. I mean, or even she using her sister's identity. I mean, she's and okay. In my opinion, a good grifter would have a good, well thought out. Okay, case in point. There was this guy about 20 years ago in California who was able to get with these rich women, and he just had this smooth plan. He came to these women that were in a what is it called, a country club. I don't know how he got himself in there, but he did, and then he was able to have relationships with these women and then just take money from them. They just give him money, and he just grifted all the way through. Now that right there is a good grift. Ilma Gore is a low-level grifter, in my opinion. I mean, down here in the poor people section, to where she has to say, "Okay, $20 for a tattoo." I mean, my thought.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's what got Evan Rachel Wood in trouble because she gets with this girl who, what she does know is how to kind of market herself, kind of for something. I don't know how to say that. She wanted to sell this. She likes going. She goes viral, then she goes away. Goes viral and then goes away. So I think that's what she did to Evan Rachel Wood, makes her go viral with "I'm a victim," but kind of sets her up with kind of the same inexperience. She doesn't know. Tells her, hey, because actually Evan Rachel Wood came out on her own. She would say that she was a victim, but she never named the person.
Yeah.
So then I think she gets her to, hey, just name him. He has a bad reputation and everything. They'll believe you.
He was a great patsy.
For her to go along, we'll just get these girls. Not that I don't think Evan Rachel Wood was guilty in it herself, but this other girl, I think that she got those ideas in her head.
Yeah, and there's something I want to say about the human trafficking part. The young girl up in Iowa who deleted her human trafficker. Now, she said that she went with the person willingly until she realized she was in a situation that was like way over her head, and she didn't know how to get out of it until she was able to get to the point to where she could delete that person. That's what they do. Not on again, off again relationships.
And then she was 19 years old.
Mhm.
She was 19 years old. Come on now.
This girl was
She
15.
wanted to be with him. She decided to be. She said just she wanted to experience the world in a crazy way. She wanted excitement. She wanted it. You know, and yeah, I get it. She was young. We all do dumb things. But now what she's doing today at this age, that's what's wrong.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Let me ask you about Ashley Smithline.
Okay.
And I don't know if you were here when I did the presentation as far as her posts. Were you? Did you see the?
I did.
And what do you think on that?
Like I said, she's kind of naive. The fact that she talks to people on the internet, it just says all these things. I mean, if you that was from her people interview, I think that they're asking her, because she looks a little off.
She said she
I
was.
think she's naive. She just talks to people and says all these things like online to strangers.
You know, she gives me the air that she may be a little socially awkward. Do you get that about her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I just don't. She really is socially awkward. I think she's just so desperate to it. But you add her desperation to be in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's a bad combination.
Okay. I'm going to go back some. When the Power Rangers were out, there was this one actress that wanted to get into acting so bad that her brother was got a role in the Power Rangers, and she was so desperate that she actually kissed her blood brother on film to be able to get into Hollywood. And now she's like, "Oh, that was so stupid! I can't believe I did that. I kissed my brother for a role." Yeah, you do wild stuff. Well, some people do wild stuff to get that fame, as you were saying, to get recognized. That's just. Mm. But yeah, you know, I can see to where Ashley Smithline as Dominic Scully, oh, I can't pronounce his name. Skyia said that you may have been a little gullible, possibly. But again, on this side, she did go against her moral foundation, saying, well, I know this is wrong, but I got this pressure. I just want to live and work and move on, but I got Evan Rachel Wood and the media and here. I don't know. Oh, are you there? Oh no. This is what I get for getting a cheap phone. Oh my goodness.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking I'm going to have to shell out about $200 to get this blog talk, but it's like 250 a month. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of money.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, with her, I think. What was your last question? Oh, sorry.
Oh, about what were your thoughts on? Oh, doggone it, what I say?
Her being bamboozled.
Yeah, about her.
Oh yeah, it's a tough situation. I get it. I would not want to be in that situation where, you know, she either has to continue her lie. Those are her choices, or come out straight with the truth.
And that's
I think it would be more expensive to continue with the lie.
Yeah, because Dominic did say that you know, I hate lies. I just go along with the truth, even though that it may hurt, but it will go away. And then I feel better afterwards.
Oh yeah, that's her best choice
Mhm.
because she's basically screwed because she's already seen as a liar.
Mhm.
It's not worth continuing it with the Amber Heard kind of
Yep.
way because she continues with her lies and basically destroyed herself.
Yep. And like I said earlier, who is going to marry someone like that? Who?
Marry,
Who would?
hire. There are a lot of drama. Like I wouldn't hire Evan Rachel Wood with all her drama because she'll call you out years later for something that you might have been playing around with her, and later on she'll call you out, and you're like, wait, we were playing.
Yeah. And like oh man, what was I going to say?
She's a liability.
Mhm. And it's like now Amber Heard's name is so toxic, and because of her behavior, who's going to want to work if you look at her wrong? As they said in the magazine, she'll get mad and leave a deuce in your dressing room.
Right on your bed.
Who's gonna?
At your doorstep.
You can't trust somebody who's that emotionally and psychologically volatile that they don't read in between the lines. Well, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna leave a deuce on your bed. Oh my
Exactly.
goodness. She's a byword. She's a byword now.
Go ahead.
She is a byword now. Amber Heard is a byword.
Yep.
Yep.
And Evan Rachel Wood, all of these girls are they going to be the same thing? Who's going to want to hire them? They're a danger. They're a liability. As a woman, I wouldn't want to because I don't know what they're like. They seem kind of like snakes to me. Like, okay, you can pretend you're all nice, but that's not what you're like.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you hire them, they get mad, or maybe 5 years later they're going to say something and ruin you. They truly are a liability.
Most
and
definitely.
They make all of us look bad. Truly, they do, because they're not victims, and they cry victims for everything. Like, I know that Evan Rachel Wood got in trouble. Ben Affleck said something like 20 years ago, and she threw it in his face. Something from 20 years.
Oh. So then she keeps a little storage, a little file cabinet. Oh, that person said this. Oh, that is so terrible.
That's the thing, that if you feel some way, you tweet that. It was in a tweet, sorry. And he said something like the hardest thing for him was to kiss another man. Well, she used that. She brought that up 20 years later, like to say that, that's wrong to say, that it's also hard for women to kiss men on these films. Hey, that's just how he felt.
Well,
but who is she to be calling out everybody? Lately, that's her role. She'll call you out, for anything now, and that's why I think she's a liability. So why they keep hiring her, I don't know.
I mean, that right there. Okay, Ben Affleck, a straight man, for a role kissing another man. That is hard. It would be for me as a straight woman to kiss another. It would be very difficult, especially for a role to do something that is not even in you to do and begin with. To begin with, Lord, and especially if that is just not who you are, and then for her to turn around and why blah, 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 blah.
Use it against her because she's an activist now, and that's what I consider her. She's a professional victim, a professional activist.
And now, activist on what? Activism of what? Of telling fibs and bringing people's feelings up how they felt years ago, and
well, she gets paid very very well to go and give a speech.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at what I saw on the this web page was like some $300,000 and up for a speech of her lies.
Actress playing activist.
Yeah, and it's disgusting. Like, they're paying her all this money who's not even a real victim. I mean, come on now.
They need to take that money
I mean,
and give it to these organizations.
yeah, but they'll pay her. So she's making very good money to be basically a paid victim. Does anyone else want to call in? I'll let you go so that they're able to put in their comments of what they think about, how people are portraying themselves, when in reality, she's a fraud.
I really appreciate you calling.
Okay.
You most definitely did drop a lot of gems. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good one.
You
Bye.
too. Bye-bye. I most definitely agree. I mean, yeah, Evan Rachel Wood, in my opinion, did do some fraudulent things as far as what she was saying and getting paid that much money to say that she's a victim when she really isn't. You know, I think that maybe there ought to be some type of legislation introduced to keep people from profiting off of other people's pain that they have never gone through in order to profit off of it. That's just me. But mm, but Ashley Smithline, I'm sitting here, struggling. Is she a victim of Evan Rachel Wood? Is she a unwilling victim, or is she a willing victim? I don't know. But I do know is that those Instagram posts put a huge bomb into her case. Not only into her case, but also it feeds into Esme's case. Also, it feeds into Evan Rachel Wood's case. Big one, big one. Jay says I was given ketamine in a hospital and it was fab. Haha. Although my experiences oh, come on. Why are you doing this? Oh, come on. Oh my goodness, why are you doing this? Oh, doggone it. I'm sorry, my phone closed up on me. Call again, please. Yeah, you're right. Another great caller. Yep. Let me. How come it didn't even show up? This is nuts. Please call back again. I'm sorry, my cheap $20 phone per month. Oh man. Okay. Okay. If you could call back, please. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to invest in a phone that I can. I don't know. I'm gonna figure something out. But I mean, but Ashley Smithline again. And I'm not trying to repeat myself. Please forgive me. But whether if she willingly or unwillingly placed herself in that situation, she's in it. And now that she exposed herself in those DMs, it's quite interesting how she was able to do that, because it was Marilyn Manson is innocent. And she's going back and forth with the gentleman, Dominic Scaia, going back and forth with him under the Instagram title, Marilyn Manson is innocent. I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe it was just her way of maybe relieving herself of the burden of everything that's going on. I got to tell someone the truth. And Marilyn Manson is innocent. That's where I'm going to do it. E. McBride said, I kind of feel Ashley is a burnout and naive naturally, just oblivious. Okay. That very well could be true. That very well could be true. And just looking at her on the next to her lawyer, J. Elwanger, I mean, he was like, and then she's like, it's wild. Jay Arrington says, I was okay, you already said that. I already read that. E. McBride said, Evan Rachel Wood's movie Allure. She's playing a 30-year-old woman getting s-ily involved with a 16-year-old she kind of kidnapped. I would think a real victim would not dare to take that role. I'm not sure. I'm not sure now. I don't know. I don't know, because if you go out for a role and you I believe one would stay away from that if they still have trauma behind it. I would think. I'm not sure. But now that I think about it, you do make a point. You do. You have a great point there. You do. Yeah, would they take that kind of role? Yeah. Yolanda Juarez says Amber is so toxic. Yeah, she is so toxic that when you look up toxic in the dictionary, you're going to see her picture. Most definitely. Let me see. There's some stuff that I missed. Her art is hideous. Oh, wow, like her face. Okay. Talking about Ilma Gore. Ilma Gore, her toilet art was a statement to her legacy. Wow. Okay. Let me see. Okay, Jay Arrington said, sorry, just jumping from the beginning. I may have a dash back in a few minutes. Okay. If she is a liar, correction, she is a liar. Okay. Yeah, and it's really something honing back on. Okay. Miss Word's girlfriend faked the FBI letter, and yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that, because that is where all of this right here brings everyone together. That FBI letter that Ilma Gore and Evan Rachel Wood were reaching out to people, just calling people up. Hey, do you, I'm going through this, and I have this FBI letter. I have this international star is doing this to me, and would you come? Okay. I wonder if how much no, actually it is true. That's exactly what she did. Now, Ashley Smithline, did she come into it because of the letter, the fake FBI letter, or was it through other means? Because I know, not I know, but Esme was brought in as far as that is concerned, and what's her name? Aurora Thunderberg, um, M. Smay Balog. When Ilma or Ashley Walters contacted her, she's like, "Nope, that didn't happen to me." I mean, just so much. Okay, wait, let me go down. Hey Jay, you got jokes. Ashley and Elwinger look like you. Oh my goodness, you got jokes. You got jokes. Um. Okay. Yes, that's correct. Oh, you got jokes. Um. Let me see. Do you have more slides? No. That was all that was given to me by a person that gave them to me, and I don't have permission to give the name, so I'm just going to leave it as anonymous. But if I do more, get more, I will most definitely present them. Most definitely, because we have to get through all these lies, and the way the lies are, it's like this. You gotta go through it like this, not a straight line, but you gotta attack these lies, and it is so hard to it is so hard to attack lies because they're just that, lies. And then you got to spend time attacking that lie because Marilyn Manson is attacking this lie. Then he has to attack the lie that um, Ashley Smithline is telling, like he did this, he trafficked me. These lies are so outrageous, as one caller said. It's so outrageous and so unbelievable that it could be true. And then he has to attack he spends all his time attacking lies while his life is crumbling in front of him. And it's just really outrageous. Let me see. Let me see. Beatrice says, I think Ashley Smithline was brought in because she remained friends with Ashley Walters over the. That's interesting. That's interesting. Huh. That is most definitely interesting. And I believe you. I believe you. That is most definitely something. Uh, Nibs and Jab says because of Evan Rachel Wood, Eminem's investigated by the DOJ too and FBI. Whoa. Ooh. Yes, much love to Kurt. Yeah, she really has a lot going on. Her chant, she gives out great content, and I cannot thank her enough for her giving me a shout out. That means so much, so much. I'm just trying not to emulate other content creators. I'm just sort of doing my own thing the way I interpret things. But she's doing really good work. And hopefully one day I can get lawyers on my channel. Oh, goodness. Hopefully one day I can get to that point. Let me see. All right. Nicole Parrish says, regarding that lawsuit, I don't know the. Okay, I already did that one. Okay. All right. I'm sort of going up. Okay, wait. Let me go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, Nibs and Jab says L. Wanger looks frightened. Huh. Like he is on a roller coaster with the crazy. Okay. Who knows? I mean, I have to say that right there was really interesting because when Ashley Smithline um, fired him in April, he still stayed on course. And oh, I'm glad you brought this up. Now, someone asked me about Ashley Smithline firing him and that Ellwanger should have been off the case. Now, I got to say, I was incorrect. You were absolutely correct on that. I can't remember the caller. However, but one thing what he had to do was he had to remove himself um, legally to say, okay, I'm no longer representing and going through the court. And that right there is a little questionable on my knowledge. I'm trying to remember what the lawyer told me. so, so yeah. Let me see. Uh, okay. Okay. JBS. Okay, his client is on a permanent roller coaster. Yeah. Hey Jessica, good afternoon to you too. Yeah. So, does anyone else want to call up and give their piece as far as Ashley Smithline and the her messages on Instagram? If you want to talk about Evan Rachel Wood in the case with Marilyn Manson, or how they all connect. If you want to call up, please do. And the person that called, I do apologize. Man, I may have to get another phone, pay a little bit more money for the service. Oh, we're at the 2 hour and 30 mark. Does anyone else want to call up? And Nibs and Jabs, I thank you so much for the super chat. That means so much. Thank you. That means so much. Alrighty. Does anyone call in or come up? You can. You don't have to show yourself. You could stay anonymous if you choose to. Oh, and I put a post out, a survey as far as my membership. And oh my goodness, what is the most definitely a winner on that one? Because I have three categories. As far as the level one, to become a member, it's what, like $3 to become a member. That's called cookies. 19% voted for that. 55% voted for level two, coffee and brownies, because I'm sticking with the big girl theme. And level three is strawberry shortcake. That's 26%. And let me see. Someone level three put pumpkin pie. 3 people like that idea, pumpkin pie. So so those are going to be, since there's a lot on there. I'm going to keep those 3 categories. And for membership, so I'm still doing some Oh my goodness, there is just so much I got to do. I mean, who knew all the taxes? There's so much that goes on behind this. Oh my goodness, there's a lot that goes behind it. McBride said, "Do you think Evan Rachel would try to get a chance of Benue of Tennessee being in the Bible Belt area? Maybe it would give her an advantage against Manson and his satanics." Okay. Um, from what I know, is that Manson, from what I know, I saw on Wonder where he confessed to be a Christian. Um, his stigma, yeah. I mean that right there, it's really hard because I know I said it a couple of times that he gave his stage is it's that right there. But when you really listen to his music, like I listen to music in a weird way, weird. Um, I like to read the lyrics first. If the beat does not draw me in, then I'll read the lyrics. And I'm like, huh, okay, let me see where this person's coming from. And the one of my subscribers asked me to look at his video, and I read the lyrics, and I'm like, wow, I read it, and then I'm like, wow, this is a little out there. And then she's like, no, 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 look at the video. You look at it's kind of strange the way you listen to music. You read it, but not listen to it. And I was like, okay, you're right. So I looked at the video, and then first he starts talking. I thought that was very interesting. It sort of draws you in. Then he started singing, and then he went back to talking. And then what he was basically saying is that I'm barely a human. And I was like, okay, what does he mean by this? What does he mean? And I gotta say, I mean, I was really taken back by the depth that he went to in that song. And no, I'm not talking about Johnny Depp. Okay, dumb joke. But he went deep into that song, really, real, really, really. He went deep into the song, and I was like, wow, blew me away. Now, I like rock music. I do. I like all types of music. Um, and I like music from all around the world, especially Irish music. The band I love the most is Dexy Midnight Runners. Don't make fun of me. But Marilyn Man, that was really that I can't remember the name of the song. So I looked at the video and I put something down, and I thought I thought th- that the video and what he wrote matched, because you're going to see a lot of videos that the videos and what they sing about are two different things. And I got a theory on that, and I'm going to leave that one alone. But yeah, Marilyn Manson has so many layers to him. So many layers. Okay, if you want to call in, please do so. If you want to come up, please do so on video. And if you don't want to show your face, use your avatar. And if not, then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because we've been here for 2 hours and over 2 hours and 30 minutes chopping this up. And the people that called, thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate you because you made a lot of points and things that I didn't even look at or consider, and things that I did consider, which you said made me look at it and amend. Like, hey, you got a point there. I'm being stuck in the mud right there, and you make a point. That's a valid point. So I can most definitely go with that. So I really appreciate you all because you really challenge my views. And I have no problem with being challenged because that is what makes us grow. If we stay in an echo chamber to where we just simply say the same thing back and forth, you don't grow at all. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Hey, do you think? What do I think? Every Rachel Wood watches my videos. I don't know. I do put a lot out there. I mean, I do put what she says through the courts. Bam, right there. More so in your face. And yeah, I put it out there like that. If she does, she can call in. You can type something, call in. I'll talk to you. AJ, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she watches that. I just reached over 1,000 subscribers, which yes, I cannot thank you all enough. If she is watching, hey, come and talk to us and have us understand your how you're processing this and your thought process on why all this occurred. We really would like to understand what you did, why you did it, as far as your intentions, where you wanted to go, and what did you think the outcome would be. I'm really interested in wondering where were you going with this? What did you think he was going to do? Was he going to just lay down and just say, "Ugh," or do you think he was going to fight back? Well, I don't think you probably thought that he was going to fight back. I don't think so. But if I'm wrong, please, or was it, your way of getting back at him for not marrying you and you just wanted any type of attention from him? You know what they say? Bad intention is better than no attention, but you prefer good attention. Um, then you say, it seems callers and viewers dig up more and more. Yeah, I got to look into that 30 million. As far as that lawsuit, man, oh man, that's a lot of money for a movie or a docu. She should have raised the money. Everyone subscribe. Yeah, support the truth. Yeah, look, the truth. How can I say this? The truth may not make you set you free, but the truth will make you free. Two different statements with huge different consequences. And I was trying to explain this to somebody. I said the truth will set you free. Okay, let's say you're set free. Okay, you're set free. Now what? But when the truth makes you free, it makes you free here to where you got a great understanding of what's going on so that you can move forward and know how to deal with people because you got the truth. But when you're set free in what? That's just how I internalized it. Okay. He's going to be on EBT. You got jokes. I got to get one of those. No, I do. I got to get one of those I said, yeah, got that EBT card. You better use it. You better use it. You got jokes. You got jokes. Okay, let me go ahead and get on out of here. I thank you so much because you can never get time back. You can never get time back. You can get your taxes. You can get somebody to pay you back that owes you. You can never get time back. And you can be you could be anywhere in the world in which you are. But I thank you so much because you're here with me trying to figure this case out. And I thank you so much. On that note, please continue liking, continue subscribing, and thank you for helping me get to the next level. On that note, I want to thank you for stopping by.